Hello everyone, today we're going to be showing you guys how to set up your Mac M3 so that you can have external displays. And as you notice, I do have two externals and they're not duplicates. They're not mirrored or anything. These are actually separate. I'm not even lying to you. I can actually move. Where's my mouse? My mouse is up here. Have it over here, move it down there. And of course I have it, if you can see it, it's right over here. But yeah, I'll show you how to set up these three. I purchased this thing called Tobnun or Tobinun. I don't know how you say it. As you can see, it comes with a lot of ports, 2 HDMIs, 4 USBs, SD card, and these two ports right here, which says host 1 and host 2. I thought you'd be able to use these two HDMIs as a docking station. So this will be basically my desktop just minimized, but that does not work. For any M chip, basically any series of it, they are limited to only one output for a monitor. So I plugged this up, this thing kept flickering and this one was on, or vice versa. It does not like it at all. It's really annoying. I would hope that Apple will fix it, especially from a Windows guy. That's very frustrating because it's so simple, but it does not work. There are workarounds. So I have this USB hub. I'm not sponsored by anything, but this is from Lionwei. It has the Type-C port, which gives you the Thunderbolt and the Type-C, as well as you have your audio jack, your HDMI, and you have two USB ports right here and another one down there below. And then I also have another one plugged into this. This is how you get the second monitor. And it has an HDMI built onto that. Of course, I do still have an HDMI that's free. And of course, I have my hard drives and everything connected to that. So that routes back out to this thing, which gives me more ports. And it kind of goes down to my power surger, my hard drive back there. And it powers all of this. So you don't have to have nearly as much to set up. Realistically, this is my favorite tool because you can take this everywhere. It just fits in the sleeve. It actually came with a little case to kind of cover it. But this is my favorite USB dongle so far. I'll put a link in there. I'm not sponsoring anything, but it is great to have. But this is the only way. You have to have an output to each HDMI. So even if you don't have this port, you have two Type-Cs right here. You have to connect a Type-C to an HDMI, another Type-C to HDMI, and this has Type-C. You can run it to HDMI, and then of course you have an HDMI port, which allows you to have 4. There is no way possible to use a USB dongle like this, just like you would on a Windows machine, and operate by having multiple displays. It does not work. Now there are some third-party ones that allows you to have the option to route this to do so. Well, it's a screen recording software that you have to download to your MacBook, and I don't like this because of privacy issue. I just don't know if it's going to take over like my company stuff. You know, you just don't want to leak out personal information if you have photos, things like that. So I personally don't recommend it, but I do have options. But if you're looking to purchase the same thing like I did, and you run into the same issue, it's not you, it's simply MacBook. Apple's very locked down as a company, and so these are the only workaround. It's either these USB hubs like this, or it's a straight USB hub which plugs into the docking station. One more thing I would like to add in is for this Type-C dongle, or any Type-C dongle that does not require power, it does become very limited if you're adding in external SD cards or slots, things of that nature. So I actually plug this in because I use a lot of hard drives, cameras, and a bunch of other stuff to really connect. You want to purchase a 125 watt charger, and it connects to Type-C or USB. You can plug it into this Type-C port that's right down there, and that will give this more of a powered solution. And so it should run a lot easier without stopping your screens from working or just kind of shutting down your external displays and external cables and hard drives, things of that nature. So it's something that's been driving me nuts for the past couple of days, like insane. I mean, I'm used to this in Windows. For Apple is not as clear cut, but I'm not going back to Windows. I made my decision. But yeah, here's the different options that you have right here. So this is something on Apple's part that they need to fix. I hope that they do eventually, because it doesn't make sense for how powerful this. I mean, this kills out my desktop. Like by far, it is way more powerful. But hopefully when they drop a new update, we'll get that feature. And that's pretty much it. So in case you're having a hard day or a hard time like I am, trying to figure out all the forums, going through Reddit, this is the only solution. Just have your different ports right here, and that's pretty much it. So hope you guys have a great day. I hope this solves a lot of your issues.